This is Oksana from Fun Stamper, and it's time for another Fun Friday with Oksana. What I was actually pledged to do for a couple months, I was thinking, I really need to be ahead of the game. I really wanted to start my kind of Christmas earlier and send a lot of cards, because normally it comes like September, October, just other things come up, and I never accomplished what I wanted to do. So when a new catalog came, I thought right away, let me just start with the kits. So here is a kit. It's called Joy of Sharing, and it's actually one of the first Christmas things that I ordered and play with. And what I like with stuff like that with the kits, again, I'm doing a lot of designing and creating, but sometimes it's so nice just to have a box, open it, and just sit and assemble. And you could tweak it, make it a little bit more complicated. But I absolutely love the kit. So it caught my attention. Again, it's all-inclusive kit. It has everything you need. You don't need anything else. They even give you a lot of dimensionals. And also, even so, I don't do cards or printed pictures, but it's if you are one that's sending, kind of family pictures and stuff, you could really step it out with this. It's a beautiful kit. So, and I'll kind of go to that why I'm telling you about this kit. So when I was doing the kit, we had a couple girls over, and I was just sitting and doing the kit. Cards are super fun, just all the kit, and it comes really, really fast. So, beautiful, and it's really big size of the cards. So it's, I'll probably do like for co-workers and stuff like that. But what I was puzzled after, let's see, did I bring a stamp set? What I was absolutely puzzled, look how much stuff I have left. So every single card was this 15. When you punch it, you have all those gold pieces. Like ton of the gold pieces. Of course, we are crafters, not throwing anything away. And so ink spot in Mossy Meadow, some of those little bling envelopes and stuff. But the most interesting thing, and stamp set I probably didn't bring, no, it's here. So stamp set is really cool. It has this really nice saying for inside or outside, holidays, really, really cool. But look of the amount of labels I had left. And I pre-stamped them. This is everything that left after I assembled cards. I even did, much more. But other thing, look how many die cuts I have. I don't know how many sheets I have. It's really beautiful die cuts. So my basically intent was to do, okay, I'll do quick tags, like for wine bottles, for little gifts. So sky is the limit. And so when I was designing this card yesterday for Facebook Friday, I actually, was not quite ready, which stamp to use. I use poinsettia a lot, but I was thinking, let me try to see if I could reuse those punch-out pieces. So look at that. Everything in this card, except of cardstock, of course, and designer paper, everything comes from a kit. So this is the card I create, and I will show you how we're gonna recreate. So this paper, it's called plate tiding. It's really fun paper, like probably could be neutral for any occasion, for Christmas, for fall. I mean, it's a ton of different patterns. So I actually picked this pattern. I picked this pattern, it's probably my favorite, but I wanted to match Mossy Meadow and obviously colors in the kit. So I pick extra piece and exactly the same. So we're gonna have our card front, fold and a half. What I did for this card, as you could see, I thought if you're gonna do kind of pick the same color, it's gonna be nice, but gold probably will stand out much, much better, right? And again, you saw how much gold pieces I have left. So whatever you see here, this is I cut from that gold insert. Our Whisper White gonna be scored exactly the same. So it's 8 inches by 5¼ So let's just fold it. So if you basically just starting or you want something really quick for holidays, stamp with your friends and stuff, that kit is really fun because everything comes at 35 bucks, but you could create, just add a little bit of Whisper White probably, you could create so much stuff with extras. You know, you could create another, you know, bunch of cards just adding little something. So I was actually super impressed. As we did the same, we're gonna glue our designer paper. So just 4 inches by 5¼ and I put glue the same way all around. I still wanted to reuse the pieces that I'm gonna punch, and I'll show you the idea that I throw together. And this small piece is 2 inches, but I cut a sliver. So again, this is 6 by 6. I only have like little tiny strip off. So we're gonna glue it here, and again, tiny off, because the way that you score, you don't want it to interfere with your score lines. And I believe this is the largest oval, if I'm not mistaken. And this one, already pre-cut it. So this oval, yeah, so this one is basically, I took the largest oval that I have here in layering ovals, and one of the stitched one match perfectly. And I also kind of looked on other kit, they also have some shapes, but those shapes a little bit too big. I don't have anything, especially in this shape, to cut. So as I did before, I bring my Big Shot and gonna cut second time on my new one. I'm just loving it. I almost feel guilty to use such a new perfect stuff, but oh well. And we're not gonna do pretty much any stamping. We're gonna use bits and pieces from a set. So you're gonna cut those pieces. And again, this one, I'll show you what to do, at least what I came with. So let's start gluing it together. So the same, you're gonna glue just that 4-inch side. Yeah, I think like every time I find fault and kind of do 1 or 2 cards, I'm like thinking I could do this set and, you know, use it for that. I just have so many ideas right away. Then I become addicted to the fold. I love any. So we're not using those, we're just saving it. And the gold piece, so exactly the same. Make sure your card is shut, and you're gonna put a glue on this opening and put it inside. I actually did a little bit of stamping for this kit. So for this piece, I mean, it's look nice, but I thought maybe just a little bit too much white. Maybe I wanted to do little extra green. So it has this nice green piece. It's almost like a distinctive stamp. I like how it's come out. And I use my Mossy Meadow. I normally only open my little tiny inks for Stamparatus. And I just kind of randomly stamp on the top and on the bottom. And as we did before, we're gonna add that oval with dimensionals. Yeah, that die cut is machine cuts so nicely, and I think it's sturdier because the platform on the bottom is, you know, like much kind of not wider, but kind of you have more space here. I don't know how to explain, but it's actually, I was with the 3D embossing. Normally through my regular big shot, it's take me some pressure to crank it. And I probably did like 60 or 70 of those for my class, just embossed on 3D folders, and it just was so easy. I was just chilling and doing it. And we're gonna stamp again. Remember how I was telling you, you wanna not to interfere. It's okay maybe on this side a little bit, but try not to put it like this, then you know you will not be able to open your card. So we're gonna do this one. If they're gonna come up with a mini, I could just not wait to actually try many, you know, for some smaller pieces and for classes and stuff. Will be fun. I know, like, soon I'll need to convert half of my house to my craft room, but I'm loving it. So look at that. I mean, it's already pretty. So this one, where's my other piece? I guess I didn't cut long enough. So the same, I cut a bunch of strips, and this is just the same from, you know, from this leftover from a kit. I mean, just so much stuff. It's almost like the same as paper pumpkin. You have stuff left over, but like this one I like because it's, again, it's Christmas, so I know what to do with that. So just add a little bit. See, because it was just not long enough. I had my long piece somewhere. And then you add this label. Again, this came from a kit. I didn't even need to die cut. So when I was assembling that kit, I was just, you know, I pre-stamped everything I had left, all the pieces. So this is why I could just go ahead and use. And you know, some of their dies, again, normally nested one, you will want to put nested ones. Because I think that extra piece when you have either cardstock or gold, it's adding so much. You know, I wish you could see it in person. So here, and you know, sky is the limit. You could add a bow, you could add extra bling, and for the inside, I mean, again, I have plenty of those already pre-stamped. So again, you could actually glue, you know, your pre-stamped label if you want to, and then you could add your, you know, little piece. But let me just stamp. The paper is a little bit kind of darker than Whisper White, so I'm gonna pre-stamp with this greeting. I love the font, and it stamps so easy. So, I mean, this kit, like a lot of people looked at it, and even some of my girls, they say, oh, just with a picture. I'm like, no, it's not really with a picture. And like I look on 1 or 2 cards in a set, and then I was just starting to glue in those elements. You could probably, you know, if you want to be adventurous, you could probably cut that cardstock that comes with the paper and kind of extend the kit if you want to. Again, I sit down and I assemble everything. So the kit is one of the kits. It's called Joy of Sharing kit. It's in a mini catalog. So when you open, it's on the first page, I believe. I'll show you one more time. And again, those one I literally have probably half of the whatever kit gives you. So I create 15 cards, and I literally have half of it done. So look at that. So this one, and this is different color. It's only, I have poinsettia paper. I don't have a bunch of Christmas paper, so I started with the fall. So I don't have anything in Mossy Meadows. This is why I chose this one. But look how pretty it is. And let me show you, let me find. I need to see my table now. So again, I didn't do anything elaborate, but this is a tag. Remember when we cut those 2 pieces, we have those 2 left over. So I thought, what I can do with that? So I just kind of simply glue it, and I took I think it's two and a quarter, 2.5, a little bit less. There's one of the dies that kind of look like a die cuts, because 2.5, it's a little bit too big for tuck punch. And I just kind of added some extra pieces. Again, it just pretty much leftovers, but I think that tag is, looks pretty cool. Could probably dazzle it up and do some dies, but this is just, I don't want it to, the circle laying around. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this fold. Let me know if you like it. So again, it opens like this and closes. And it's perfect with, as you could see, I use oval, and here I use 2 different sizes of circle. So it's a little bit bigger, so biggest circle and the next biggest from layering ones. And this one is just second largest stitched one, and whatever matching to it. I'm sure I think you don't want to probably do a lot of shapes that have kind of, maybe corners, so maybe it will be harder to align. But, please try. If you have anything, any other dies, and you will recreate this fold this weekend, please post it. Because this is what I came up with. The first set that I actually saw this fold, it was just little image stamped here and greeting on the bottom, but it was, stamped in small stamp, and I'm thinking which one I can do. So I hope you like it. If you like it, please share, please comment, but I hope I give you some ideas if you have a kit what to do with the extra, and you have new fold to master. Thank you for watching with me. I hope you will have fantastic weekend. I hope you stay positive, you keep crafting, you can keep bringing smiles, and until next week, thank you so much. Have a great day.